What's up, guys? Coming to you with another segment of Ascension segment. Ascension, which means to rise, and segment, just a meeting form, just coming to you to talk to you a little bit about rising. Ascension, as you know, means to rise, and I've been doing this segment for a while now. But it's going to turn more into eventually a motivational and more importantly, an inspiring and empowering session is what it's meant to be. So each time that you watch this, each time you engage yourself to be able to watch this video, it's supposed to bring you more enlightenment on rising to another level. So let's get right to it. Today's topic is just as a seed. That's right, just as a seed. So talking about pretty much the environment that you cultivate yourself in. What are you doing 24 hours a day? What are you putting in you 24 hours a day? Who are you hanging around 24 hours a day? And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about bashing anybody because I don't believe that there are bad people, but I do believe that there are bad habits that we establish as being in relation to being around people and the people that we cultivate ourselves in, and more simply the thoughts that we engage and indulge in to be that run our everyday lives. So just something that I thought about today as you plant a seed. My uncle, wild story. My uncle used to always like to plant flowers and seeds and prune trees and everything else. And it used to amaze me how fast that he would get the return off of the seed that he had planted. So today I just kind of thought about how fast are you getting a return off the seed that you plant? More importantly, how conducive is the atmosphere around you to cultivate the seed that's in you? Yeah, I know it's kind of heavy because I had to think about it as well. There are the truth of the reality is there are a couple friends that I hang around. There are a couple situations that I place myself in that I shouldn't have been in. And because I did, then what's inside of me wasn't conducive to being cultivated properly. And so now I'm waiting longer and longer for this thing to be brought forth because it's never been cultivated the way that the way that it needed to be. And so today, there are some of you out there that have seeds, that has potential, that has the seed that needs to be maximized upon, but because you don't have the right cultivation, then you can't bring forth that seed. You can't bring forth that fruit. And that fruit may be playing basketball. That fruit may be playing an instrument. That fruit may be writing a book. That fruit may be being great at whatever you're great at. But you're not able to fully tap into and access that greatness because you're not germinating that seed the way that it needs to be. You're not cultivating that seed the way that it needs to be cultivated. So you have to step back and sometimes ask yourself, what's going on? What's the need that's needed so that I can bring this thing in the now? What's the need that is needed so that I could be great right now? I don't need to be great a year from now. I don't need to be great a month from now. I don't need to be great a week from now. But in the now, right now, what do I need to be great? And so that's something that I really thought about today. Just as a seed is what this thing is called. What we don't understand is people, there are seeds, there's potential, there's purpose inside of us. And because we don't do the vital things on our end to be able to cultivate this seed, then it never comes forth. Which means you never recognize the value in yourself. But more importantly, people never recognize the value because you never recognize the value first. I always talk about this. Now is the time to be maximizing on what's in you and not focus on an external source or what they can do for you. They'll never be able to do anything for you because they never recognize the value that you never recognized. So this is Kings of Legacy coming to you again with another segment of Ascension segment saying rise to your full potential and be. Because if you don't, nobody will. Love you. Have a great day.